What are we classic Haunted Mansion fans here for other than to suffer? Year after year, the holiday overlay encroaches earlier and earlier into the year and stays open for longer and longer into the year. Years ago, I made a video called I Was Wrong About Haunted Mansion Holiday. I was sort of a Haunted Mansion Holiday hater for a while there. I didn't dislike the overlay itself, I just disliked how it was up for so long, taking away the opportunity to experience the regular Haunted Mansion during the spookiest time of year, Halloween, because The Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie. Let me just get that out there right now. Ghosts and mummies and crystal balls are more in line with the Halloween season than they are with the Christmas season. Reindeer, candy canes, Santa Claus, little Christmas elves, those are more in line with the end of the year. So why is it, my friends, that Haunted Mansion Holiday goes up in August now? Why is it that this year it stays open through the end of January? My friends, I think I'm going to take back what I said in that video, honestly. I am not a fan of Haunted Mansion Holiday once again because it has overtaken what the Haunted Mansion is supposed to be. But to my fellow classic mansion fans out there, it seems like things will not be getting better this year. In fact, it's looking like things may get far worse in 2024. It looks like we may be going an entire calendar year without experiencing the classic Haunted Mansion at Disneyland for various reasons. And that makes me sad. Allow me to explain. Back at the end of August in 2023, which is last year, Disney announced that the Haunted Mansion would be getting an update. Not inside the mansion, but outside. The queue would be receiving a complete overhaul. And to accompany this, there would also be a brand new gift shop built at the very end of the Haunted Mansion where the cart is today, where you come out and exit the crypt to your left-hand side. That's going to be its own building now, specifically for the Haunted Mansion. And let's face it, Nightmare Before Christmas. And I'm not upset that Disney's closing the Haunted Mansion for so long to build a new queue or to build a new wheelchair accessible exit, I believe. That's not it. In fact, I feel the opposite of bad about this. I think the Haunted Mansion is getting some love and some TLC that it absolutely deserves, and this new queue looks amazing, and I couldn't be more excited for it when it opens later this year. I'm not even upset about the gift shop. It's kind of weird to be excited about a gift shop, I get that, but I mean, Memento Mori at Walt Disney World is amazing. I highly recommend checking it out if you ever get the chance. And if this new gift shop is anything like Memento Mori, I am going to be a very, very happy foolish mortal. The problem is we have Haunted Mansion Holiday running from the end of August to the end of January, and then the entire thing is going to close down, not to convert back into the regular Haunted Mansion, but to convert the old queue space into the new queue space and to build that gift shop. Now, what I'm about to say hasn't been confirmed by Disney yet. This is the going sort of rumor. This is the accepted timeline of what the Haunted Mansion is going to be doing in 2024. The reopening date for the Haunted Mansion and the new queue and the gift shop and all of that wonderful stuff will be August 22nd of this year, which, if you know the scheduling of Disney and their seasonal celebrations, falls well within the Halloween time celebration, which means the normal Haunted Mansion will not be reopening, but Haunted Mansion Holiday will. That is a full year, 365 days plus without the Haunted Mansion. And that makes me sad. Now, August 22nd, that is a Thursday, like 7 months from now, okay? Anything could happen in that time. It could open before that, or it could open after that. August, mid to late August, is what the going consensus has been. That means we won't get the regular Haunted Mansion back until January of 2025. You will not see Phineas, Ezra, or Gus in Anaheim until 2025. Again, don't get it twisted. I love Haunted Mansion Holiday for what it is, a wonderful holiday overlay, but that's exactly what it is. A holiday overlay. It should not overshadow the original. Plus, we don't even know Disney's plans for the mansion when it reopens, if it does reopen in August. They could just reopen the regular mansion and decide not to do the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay that year, but we gotta face facts. You know, we gotta face reality. They love Haunted Mansion Holiday, and if they could keep it up 365 days a year, I think they would. And so add to that, Tiana's Bayou Adventure being closed to be, built, Pirates of the Caribbean getting Lightning Lane because Haunted Mansion and Tiana's are closed, Haunted Mansion being closed. That's 3 things to make you sort of avoid New Orleans Square. New Orleans Square is one of my favorite lands at Disneyland, if not my favorite. It's amazing food, it's great attractions, it's wonderful shopping, all of it comes together to make the best land at the parks. But in 2024, will there really be any reason to visit New Orleans Square unless Pirates Standby is at a reasonable length, which it may or may not be because of the Lightning Lane? Now, the Disneyland Railroad will always be a reason to visit New Orleans Square. I absolutely love the railroad. It's a must-do every time I'm in the park. But Disney will also be redoing that central courtyard where the fountain is today, you know, where the line wraps and wraps around when the Haunted Mansion gets, 60, 70 minutes long. That area will also be transforming, and yes, it also looks magnificent. What they're doing with New Orleans Square is nothing but thumbs up from me, Disney. This all looks fantastic. But will it close down the railroad? I've heard that it will actually stay open through all of this construction. The railroad will not be impacted. Maybe it will, maybe it won't be. And actually, wouldn't you know it, today, as I record this, January 8th, David from Fresh Baked posted pictures on Twitter/X/Twitter, of the walls that are now up around this area. The walls have gone up, the transformation has begun, the year without the mansion is in full swing. Now, we can all agree that the Haunted Mansion queue needs some help. I would at least hope so. It's just a bunch of metal switchbacks on the side of the house and a bunch of rope switchbacks around the fountain. An upgrade has been a long time coming. And as I sort of mentioned before, this new queue is also a sort of excuse for Disney to put in more ADA compliant ways to enter and exit the attraction. I don't know if it's just entering or just exiting, but it's one of those two or both, which is great. The whole thing with the stretching room actually being an elevator and taking you down underground, and the changing portrait hallway being a tunnel underneath the railroad tracks has always made it sort of an awkward experience for guests who need extra assistance getting to and from that attraction. So I'm glad that they're taking steps to make that a bit of an easier and, heck, more well-themed experience. I don't know what their plan is, but I'm hoping that whatever they build is themed. It adds to the attraction. That's important. And, who knows? Maybe, just maybe, if we're lucky, they may end up fixing that burned out old building on the other side of the tracks. Time will tell. I'm referencing a lot of past videos in today's video, but who cares? If you remember back in 2019, January of 2019, 5 years ago, I made a video about Disney's Project Stardust. For those of you who are unaware, Project Stardust was this sort of park-wide improvement effort that Disney was making to improve the guest flow and guest experience of Disneyland Park before the opening of Galaxy's Edge in 2019. Project Stardust was meant to make getting around the park easier. They moved some things, they rearranged some planters, widened some walkways to make it easier for crowds to get from one place to another place. And let me say, it actually did ease navigation of the park pretty significantly, to me, at least in my opinion. If you look at the projects that are being undertaken by Disney in 2024 specifically, yes, you do have those attraction openings like the new Country Bears overlay at the Magic Kingdom and of course Tiana's Bayou Adventure. At least at Disneyland, it seems like they're taking their time to improve attractions that have sort of fallen by the wayside. Exhibit A, the Haunted Mansion queue. The Mark Twain Riverboat is currently undergoing a large-scale refurbishment. It's been closed for a while, and there's the scene in the Jungle Cruise where the tiger is standing underneath the ruins of a temple. That is also being refreshed and fixed up, in so much as them adding temporary theming to hide the construction that's going on behind it. Now, this may not be the same Project Stardust before Galaxy's Edge opened, where they were widening walkways, making it easier to get around the park in large groups, making it easier to navigate your way through Disneyland. But this may be a sort of mini Project Stardust Part 2, not for walkways, not for getting around, but actually for the attractions themselves, for show scenes, for ease of access, for accessibility. Maybe Disney is going to use 2024 to subtly and slowly improve their existing attractions instead of building new ones. We got Tiana's, that's going to be great, but why not improve the Jungle Cruise? Why not improve the queue of the Haunted Mansion? Why not add Lightning Lane to Pirate? Wait, no, that one doesn't count. Why not improve Pirates in a way, if you can think of a way to do it? Disney might be working very slowly over the course of the next year to improve these attractions in very small ways that make a big difference. And you know what? That's all well and good. I support Disney making these changes to the parks, improving the way that they are accessed, improving the way that we go about exploring them. That's all well and good, but at what cost? I'm fine with having the castle covered in scrim for like 5 months while they paint it. I'm fine with Mr. Toad's Wild Ride and Fantasy Fair being covered in themed scrim while they're closed down, while they're being improved. But why, Disney, why must we go a year without seeing those hitchhiking ghosts, without seeing Constance Hatchaway herself? Why must we go a year without the Haunted Mansion? I ask you, Disney, why? Make the queue better, Disney. Please, I implore you, make the queue better. The queue needs improvement. I know from a business standpoint that you love Haunted Mansion Holiday, that it makes you so much more money in merchandising and probably in Lightning Lanes because Jack Skellington is just so darn handsome. Look at him. Even I can't deny it. He's charming me right now through the screen. This is now turned into a rant, but Disney, please, I ask you, nay, I implore you, nay, I beseech you, Disney, I know you're not going to go a year without Haunted Mansion Holiday, all right? That's out of the question. Haunted Mansion Holiday is popular. It's going to show up for 2024. But Disney, please, even just for a couple months, delay Haunted Mansion Holiday so we can get that classic Haunted Mansion goodness for even just 2 to 3 months. Close it after Thanksgiving and do the Haunted Mansion Holiday overlay after that. Maybe middle of November through January. Just give us a little taste of the classic mansion when it reopens in allegedly August of 2024. I think that might do some good. Just give us a taste. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. There is no other reason I ask for this other than just having not gone on the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland in such a long time. Walt Disney World's is always the Haunted Mansion, and that's always a fun time, even though the Hatbox Ghost is in a weird spot there. Even though it's longer and has more advanced special effects, for some reason, I always come back to the Disneyland one. I will die on the hill that the Disneyland Haunted Mansion, even if it is shorter, even if it isn't as fancy, is the best Haunted Mansion. Not just because it's the original, although that is part of the reason, but because it feels like it was developed from the ground up for Disneyland, which it was. Walt Disney World got their clone after Disneyland, even though they were being developed at the same time. The Disneyland version was always first in Wed's mind, and more specifically in Walt's mind. And just denying fans and guests of all ages, even if you're not a fan, access to that original Disneyland attraction for so long, it just feels unfair. It feels like the Haunted Mansion is the redheaded stepchild, and that Disney, like I said earlier, if they could, would keep up Haunted Mansion Holiday 365 days a year just because they like it that much more, and I don't agree. Although I count my blessings, don't get me wrong, I count my blessings whenever I visit during Haunted Mansion holiday time and the mummy and the old man are still there. They are the most important part of the Haunted Mansion, overlay or not. At least I still have you. At least I still have you. Well, but Disney, just consider my offer. Keep the regular Haunted Mansion open August through, say, sometime in November, just so we can get that little tiny hit of regular Haunted Mansion before it has to go back to the holiday overlay until, end of January, beginning of February, if this whole pattern keeps up. Maybe someday, the end of March, the regular Haunted Mansion might return. But what do you think? Okay, do you agree with me? Am I rambling at all? Is anything that I'm saying to you right now making sense? Is my hatred of the time frame that Haunted Mansion Holiday is opening shared by you? Not Haunted Mansion Holiday itself, just the time frame that it's open. It's too long. It's too long. Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie. It's not the Nightmare Before Halloween, it's the Nightmare Before Christmas. It's right there in the title. Santa Claus is in the movie. He's not a Halloween character. I don't know. Let me know if you agree with me down in the comments below, because we, as Haunted Mansion fans, do not deserve to be silenced. We do not deserve to be downtrodden and stepped upon by Jack Skellington and his crew of Halloween townsters. We deserve our ride. We deserve the better version of the Haunted Mansion for as long as we can possibly have it. That being said, I am very excited to see what the gingerbread house will be this year. I always love a good gingerbread house. It's always great. Who is Von Ginger? Don't bring him back. He's too confusing. That's, I think, the whole video now. I did it. That guy thought I was going to burn the house down. I just did an entire video just whining about the Haunted Mansion. I'm assuming that's all he ever talks about anyway. Oh, now I have an entire week to burn, I guess, until he gets back. So what is that? What in the what? Do not touch. Can't tell me what to do. Okay, well, that obviously he's talking about someone else. Okay, says he's serious. It can't be that serious. I mean, it's just a rock, right? What's a rock gonna do? Gloves? What gloves are you talking? Where would I even find gloves? I don't even know. Oh, in the drawer. All right. Gloves are in the drawer. Of course the gloves are in the drawer. Where else would the gloves be? All right. What is this thing? Sticky notes out of here. Some sort of weird looking. I don't get all the hubbub. It's just a big black rock and. Oh, would you look at that? He's left me another message at the end of the video. It's probably the end card again. All right, let's just hear him out, hear what he has to say. He's got the rock right now, doesn't he? Okay, it's fine as long as he wore the gloves, which he should have if he saw the sticky notes that I left him. then he should be okay. Everybody, hello! Thank you for watching this video. I sure hope you enjoyed it. While you are watching this, I am currently... Actually, what is my park reservation for Saturday? Saturday is the Magic Kingdom, so I'll probably actually be riding the Haunted Mansion as you are watching this, gathering more footage, doing more research. It's gonna be a great time. If you see me while I'm down here, please do not hesitate to say hello. And if you are new around here, not Walt Disney World, but the channel, you can also hit the like button and the subscribe button if you like these sort of ranty videos where I just sort of complain for 15 minutes and then call it an expose or an informational piece. Or if you want early access to this video and other videos like it before they go live on YouTube, if the other Dallin actually put it up at the time I told him to, then we should be good. You can head over to my Patreon account, also linked in the description, and even just $1 a month will get you access to most of the perks, including extended videos, exclusive videos, and early access. That's 3 perks I can count on one hand. And of course, a huge thank you, as always, to my supporters over on Patreon. You help me do what I love. You help keep this channel alive, you help keep it flourishing, and without you, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. Probably, I don't know, trying to pawn off that rock that the other Dallin should not be touching right now. So thank you, as always. And if you want to, follow me for free on my other social medias. That's Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I am at Offhand Disney on all of those websites if you're interested for more and getting more content over there. Everyone, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. I believe he should have it next week. The other Dallin, the baseball tee Mickey shirt Dallin should have it next week. So I will see you all the following week. Goodbye. It was the end card. Well, everybody, thank you, like he said, for watching. I will see you all in the next video next week. I think I have that one as well. We'll see what happens. Until then, I'm gonna mess around with this thing. You know, probably throw it at some cars, maybe drop out a couple windows, and then try to light it on fire. Wait, I'm not allowed to do the fire stuff. Maybe I'll just bury it in the ground and make him find it when he gets home. Goodbye.